welcome back. It's your boy Fresh.
And I'm Mary, and we are a Co-ople of nerds. And today we are going to be reviewing Unmatched, the Jurassic Park edition.
InGen versus Raptors.
But before we begin, don't forget to give us a like, a subscribe, and follow us on Facebook.
So this is a miniature fighting game with variable player powers and a little bit of hand management for the cards you have.
It was designed by Restoration Games in conjunction with Mondo Games. It's 2 players only. There's no variation there. It's 2 players, ages 14 and up, and it's about 20 minutes.
Right. Now there are other unmatched sets. There's the core set.
Where you could combine them. And
Right.
in those cases, you could do more than...
Yeah, you could do 2 to 4. We're reviewing this as a standalone game because it is a standalone expansion. You don't need the other stuff, but it works with that. Mm-hmm. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. Story/theme. So obviously this follows Jurassic Park 1. Mm-hmm. In particular, I think it's Robert Muldoon.
Shoot!
Yeah, I think he's either Australian or New Zealand in the movie. He's the one that's worried about the Raptors and that the Raptors eventually get him in the movie. Spoiler for movies.
Although it's been out long enough, I think everybody knows.
Yeah. So it didn't have much of a story. I guess you kind of build the story in the actions. Like there's no campaign. It's just a one-shot skirmish. But it does feel really thematic.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You feel in that world. You feel like you are these characters. They have strengths and weaknesses, which seem to line up with how the movie goes. Muldoon has his long-range gun, so he can shoot from a distance and set traps.
Yeah.
The Raptors need to kind of surround the victims and hunt like a pack. So
and they only have the melee.
Right, only melee. So that felt really thematic.
And they're stronger in numbers, so if you have more Raptors adjacent to who they're attacking, they're stronger.
Right.
Which is like that pact.
Yeah, that pack. Hunt like wolves kind of thing.
It's a pack strength, so that's really thematic.
Yes, I guess we'll just go ahead and jump into components/art. Okay, so here is the game board all set up. We got a deck for Muldoon and InGen and a deck for the Raptors. Basically these cards are the heart and soul of the game. So there's 4 different kinds of cards. Here we got schemes, attack, defense, and this is attack or defense. So you can use that either way. You'll notice in this corner it'll say who can use this card. So for the Raptors, anyone can use any of the cards. But this one, it has to be the Muldoon character. Whereas this one has to be the InGen workers. So again, we got a scheme, attack, defense, another, and then 2 attack or defense. So on your turn, you get to pick 2 actions. You can pick the same action twice. You can maneuver, which means you draw a card, and then move any of your characters up to 3 spaces. So this is a trap. Your guys can walk through a trap. So you can go 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Here are the tokens for the InGen workers. They just got little faces on there. Just dropped one. I wish these were miniatures like the rest of them, but unfortunately they're not. This is the trap that Muldoon sets. If a raptor lands on that, it immediately halts their movement, and they lose 1 life. Speaking of lives, each hero comes with a little dial that you can rotate. So he starts at 14 life, and it rotates down. The raptors all start at 7 each, and again rotates down. If the raptors kill Muldoon, he can have all of his InGen workers out. The raptors win, but Muldoon and the gang have to kill all 3 raptors to win. So here are the miniatures. I really love how they got that wash on them to kind of accentuate some of their details. But you can still paint them if that's your thing. I know a lot of people like painting. I think Mary would like painting as well. Just got to find time to do it. She's a really good artist, so I think she'd enjoy it a lot. Now all Unmatched boards, with the exception of this one, are 2-sided. So that was a little disappointing. I would have liked to have another mat to play on. But you can tell this is the Raptor encampment from the first movie. Kind of zoomed out to show, here's the entrance, the exit, it goes into the forest. The long-range fighters, you can tell there's different color spaces. So this game doesn't use line of sight. If your character is here, you can shoot anyone on any square that matches these colors. So for example, he could shoot him because it's brown and brown. Or he could shoot him because it's gray and gray. Or even if he was on this one, it's a tricolor, he could shoot this guy all the way down there. So it looks like he's high up in that tower. So that's why he gets extra long shot on everybody. And that is the components. So Future Doug will edit that part out and cut in components / art. So I really love the miniatures. I like that they got that little wash on them to kind of really show the detail on them. Of course, you can still paint them if that's your thing, but even unpainted, I still think they look really good. I really like the card art.
The cards are really thick. So I noticed that when I went to shuffle the cards,
Yeah.
it doesn't shuffle like a regular deck of cards. It's a little stiffer.
Yeah, a little
which
thicker.
isn't necessarily a bad thing. It holds up really well.
Right. Probably my biggest complaint is the InGen workers that are just the little
They're tokens.
Little tokens. And I understand, got to keep costs down. You want to, but I always thought it'd be cool if the sidekicks had their own miniatures, even if that was like an upgradable item that they could sell separately. It was a little unfortunate the board wasn't 2-sided like other games in the series. But the life meters, the little trap tokens, I thought those are all really good quality. So
yeah, all the components are very good quality.
Yeah, just missing the second half of the board and the miniatures on the sidekicks. So gameplay, I love this game. It's not cooperative at all, so it shouldn't be in our wheelhouse. Sometimes I gotta sleep on the couch after I whoop up on her.
I won the
good.
first time, so I'm not complaining. We played this for the first time, not this version, but we played Bigfoot versus Robin Hood at Gen Con in 2019. And just absolutely loved it, pre-ordered it there, because there was no way, even when we tried to get in, as soon as the floor opened, the sales floor opened, we still weren't able to get over there in time to actually get a copy.
They only brought so many games, and the line was just... It's like we were there when the door opens.
Yeah.
But that many people
they were
beat
giving
us.
out tickets to
Yeah.
people or assigning them numbers, and like we were like the last, like
Yeah.
the people in front of
Each-
us were the last people to get games, and then we
I
were.
think that happened all 3 days we went that year.
Mm-hmm.
Just missed out each time. So I had to go online from Mondo and order it.
But we really liked the fact that it's versatile. So there are so many different versions of this that you can have, because you can have any character in the universe. They have Bruce Lee. They have Jurassic Park. They have Robin Hood, Bigfoot, Medusa.
Yeah.
It's so fun that you can look at and you can pit any two villains against each other, or heroes at that.
Right. Yeah, and then we've already got it pre-ordered. There's another set coming out, Co-ople and Fog, that has Dracula, Invisible Man, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, and Sherlock Holmes.
Our favorite.
So, being horror movie fans, we're super excited for that. I pre-ordered that the second I heard it. So, hopefully that'll come. I think it was supposed to be released on the 15th. It might have got a little delayed with the pandemic, but we just love this game. It's a blast.
And what's extra great for us is it plays in about 20 minutes, so it's
Yeah.
pretty quick. Setup is super easy,
Yeah,
and
it's not bogged down with components. It's great.
good game.
So we put all of our games into one of 3 categories. Play, which means it hits the table as often as possible. Display means you leave it on the shelf and break it out when the urge strikes. And stay away, which means you leave it at the store for someone else to get. This game is obviously play. We've already pre-ordered the next one.
Yeah.
Hope to get that one soon. This game is it's good, clean, fast fun. And that's exactly what we look for in a board game. It's not cooperative, which is our favorite, but
That's okay.
that's okay. Every once in a while you gotta duke it out.
Yeah.
I mean, Iron Man and Captain America fought in Civil War, so we're not any better than those guys. Well, that'll do it for this video. We'll see you next
Thanks.
time.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye. The kids beat all the jokes out of me today. I got nothing.
The kids are rough, I'm sorry.
Oh. Ace Pineapple Craft Cider. It's okay.
It's not as good as I would have thought.
But then you got a sour beer too. Okay.
That's okay.
What's that one made for you?
Maybe.
And which ones were for me?
Not your father's root beer, because I don't like root beer.
So you got Blue Moon, that's for you. Sour beer, that's for you. Pink lemonade, that's for you. So I got Not Your Father's.
Then there was another one.
Well, that was another Blue Moon type. So you got 4 for you, 1 for me? She wants me to marry her.
Hey, I filled the fridge with beer.
Yeah, for you.
Don't complain about what type of beer it is, okay? I don't like IPAs.
Okay. Ready?
Mm-hmm.